Welcome back. My name is Naj. Real quick, if you look at this car, right, the B5 S4, and one of two things doesn't pop into your mind automatically, you don't know this car. One of those two things is either tow truck or AAA membership. Only because, like, if you've ever really had one of these cars, the chances of you having a AAA membership is like 100%. In honor of the greatest S4 ever made, in my opinion, don't laugh, this video had to happen, okay? So I just picked up this B5 S4 as a project car, and it's in perfect running condition. That was obviously a joke. It runs like ass at the moment, and we'll get to that later. So I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why I bought this car, okay? Common problems with the B5 S4s, and what I'm gonna do to this car as far as future plans. First off, why did I buy it, right? Longtime fan. This car is a staple in the history of S4s, right? It's the last S4 that they made with a manual transmission and a turbo, or two turbos. Because the V8 happened after that, then the V6 supercharged, and then the new V6 turbo does not come in manual. So I believe this is the last gem that Audi really made. Now, after I went from the B8 S4 to the B9 S5, you know, when Audi decided to fuck everybody and take away the manual transmissions. Yeah, people like manuals? Okay, let's stop making them. And after having no manual option in the B9, I decided I really needed a manual back in my life. I haven't had one of these in like 10 years, okay? And 10 years later, I still find myself craving it. So what's special about this car, it's a twin turbo V6, okay? 2.7 liter twin turbo, 6-speed manual all-wheel drive. Bro, tuning potential on this car is huge once you do the right modifications, and handling is ridiculous once you get the right wheels and suspension on it. Now, this car has a reputation in the car market for being the most unreliable piece of shit that you can put on four wheels, all right? Depending how it was maintained, that's really either gonna make it or break it. Now let's talk about the car market, about this car for a second. Bro, I used to literally buy these in college from like salvage auctions with like some minor front end damage for no more than $2,000, okay? And check it out, with like around 100,000 miles, these things in clean condition are going for like 12, 13 grand. Seriously, you can't even find the piece of shit B5 S4 right now for less than like $5,000. Now let me mention a side note a little bit, all right? There's a huge difference between the automatic and the manual price ranges of this car. It's like what happened with the Supras. Nobody wants them in automatic, people want them in manual, right? Manual ones are going for like 2x in the same condition and mileage than an automatic one does. It's just the way it is. Number one, manual is funner to drive. It's more rare. And number three, if you're tuning this car, you don't want an automatic transmission. From what I've seen and heard, the automatic ones do not hold up to big power builds like the manual transmissions do. If you just upgrade the transmission mounts and the clutch, that'll pretty much hold up to whatever most of these tuners are doing with this car. I don't mean to say it like this, but if you have an automatic B5 S4, it's time to put it down. Psych! Manual swap that motherfucker. This was literally the luxury tuner car of his generation. And people, I guess, are just starting to realize that now, and they're just going up and up in price, okay? The B6, not so much. Those things are lingering around like $5,000 to $7,000 at the moment in regular shape. Now, when I bought it, this thing just popped up on Facebook Market, right? I was like, it's selling for super cheap. Manual, might as well go check it out. I didn't expect it to be obviously in clean condition based off the price that it was at. So as far as what the seller said, is the car is in decent shape. All it needs is a turbo because it smokes when it runs. Like, I get there and there was so much more body damage than he mentioned, number one. The bumper was cracked. The side skirt has a hole in it. Not a crack, a hole. There was ants all over the car. The interior is all ripped up. Some rust here and there. It was just in disgusting condition. I was this close to beating his ass for making me drive 2 hours to get there. Then I was like, you know what? Let me at least turn it on, okay? And I get in this car, I turn it on, and I could not help but notice the center cluster screen isn't pixelated. No misfires. Smooth idle. No check engine lights or any error lights at all. AWE exhaust system. No boost leaks, oil leaks, misfire, nothing. Sign me the fuck up. I was like, yeah, this car's coming home with me. And I brought it home just like how I envisioned it, on the back of a tow truck. Now back to what I was talking about as far as reputation. Everybody says this car's unreliable, but check it out. I've had ones with low miles that gave me nothing but problems, okay? And this one B5 I bought, it had 183,000 miles when I bought it, okay? And I drove it to 230,000 miles without a single problem, nothing. You wanna know why? Maybe because the guy I bought it from was like 62 years old and had an encyclopedia thick envelope of maintenance records from the Audi dealership, right? And on that car, all I ever did was regular oil changes. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, dude, that dude spent like $18,000 in maintaining that car in the last 8 years that he had it. And he sold it to me for like $5,500 like 8 years ago. But besides the point, based on how the car was taken care of, it ran perfectly. Yeah, it has its common oil leaks, boost leaks, misfire, all the other stuff. But what I'm planning on doing, I'm gonna be pulling the engine and transmission out. I'm gonna be replacing everything that could possibly even think about potentially maybe going wrong in the future, okay? I gotta get all that handled. Any gasket or seal, rear main, valve cover gaskets, cam gaskets, oil pan gaskets, all that stuff is gonna be getting replaced. I wanna have another reliable-ish B5 Audi S4, right? I'm trying to keep it as OEM plus as possible, so all I'm gonna do is maybe a couple of modifications. It already has an AWE exhaust system, and from what I heard the seller say, it has a dyno tune. So I still gotta investigate that later. Now let me talk about the common issues and problems that all B5 S4 owners face. First off, I'm gonna be starting with the engine bay, right? Looks good, yeah? Twin turbo, V6, everything looks copacetic. Try to reach in there to grab a 10mm socket. Try to reach in there to change anything. Try to fix something in that engine bay, I dare you. See if you don't pull your arm back out with 55,000 cuts and a broken thumb, okay? This engine bay is so compact, there is no room for a shit. Light doesn't even shine. This engine bay is seriously one of the biggest pain in the asses that B5 S4 owners deal with. I can't even tell you how many 10mm sockets I left in every single car that I sold. It had to be in the hundreds. We're honestly lucky that we can access the dipstick in this car, seriously. It's like Audi told their engineers, yo, we got a B5 S4 design due and it's due in 20 minutes. And then they gave us this. The most common engine issues with the B5 is, let's start off with misfires and boost leaks, all right? After a while, the rubber boost hoses, they start to deteriorate, they start to rip, usually around where the clamps are. And what also contributes to misfires is the ignition coil packs. This has a different ignition system than the newer S4s with the 4.2 V8. A lot of people actually do the ICM delete kit and coil conversion. Now, all the B5 S4s that I ever had were tuned, and every single time, no matter at what mileage, you throw in a tune, you're gonna cook at least 3-4 coil packs. Another common issue with the 2000 Audi S4 versus the 2001 is, now a lot of the 2000 S4 transmissions had either a synchro issue, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it was a very common problem with the 2000 year model S4s versus the 2001, right? This is my first 2000, all I've ever had were 01, so I might experience it in this car, I might not. We'll see. Another common problem is the door locking mechanism. It uses like an air suction mechanism, which is located in your trunk behind the padding. The locking system is like a raffle when you buy a B5. The chances of you winning is like slim to none. Talking about one of my biggest pet peeves is the front bumper. Who the fuck designed it? I just want to talk. He should be locked the fuck up, all right? You had one job. You literally had one job. He designed the thinnest part of the bumper, okay, in between two holes, the grill and the license plate filler hole. And it usually cracks 102% of the time. This dude got us all looking stupid with the universal front bumper zip tie, looking like a fleet of jerry rigs, okay? Oh, you want to find the replacement front bumper? Good luck. Yo, I had a B5 one time. The front bumper got cracked because somebody backed into me. The insurance literally totaled out this car because they couldn't find the replacement front bumper. But damn right, I bought that car back from the insurance for like $600 and then sold it again. I've seen these front bumpers sell for around $1,500 recently in clean condition. I'm being dead serious. It's like, this bumper can be worth more than the whole entire car. And you don't necessarily have to crash into anything for it to break. All you gotta do is like, you know, hit it with a pressure washer or if you stare at it long enough, I'm pretty sure it'll break. No aftermarket company makes these front bumpers whatsoever. You'll never find it. There's like cheap replicas and stuff, but usually those always have fitment issues and they just don't sit the same as the factory ones. Look, another design flaw, whoever designed it, locked up. Yo, the front headlight tabs. The upper mounting tabs on the front headlights, I have reason to believe, seriously, that they're made out of Doritos. Because when they come in contact with things like water and air, they crack and break. You got all our headlights flapping around once we come to a hard stop at a red light, all right? Not cool. Let's talk about the even biggest pet peeve of mine, the interior cup holders. The design of the devil himself, okay? The top dash cup holder, be careful, it might look sturdy. Not just does it only fit a can of soda, it will only hold a can of soda. Just because your gas station cup fits in there, that doesn't mean it's not gonna fall back when you hit the gas, break everything, spill, and simply fuck up the whole rest of your day. And then once that one breaks, you have these bottom cup holders that are placed conveniently under the center console. Now, whoever designed these cup holders, I shouldn't say this on camera. And then these were designed strategically by Audi for you to use once you break your dash cup holder. Now, the thing about these cup holders is they also don't fit shit. They barely fit a can of soda, all right? Not only are they in the worst possible place you could put the cup holder ever, because what happens after you put your drink there, you're gonna forget that you have your drink there. You're gonna try to close the center armrest. You're gonna break the cup, spill everywhere, fuck up a whole nother rest of your day. We already gotta worry about blind spots while we're driving. We gotta worry about blind spots in the damn car now. I'm done talking about these damn cup holders. Fuck those cup holders. As far as modifications, if I decide to go stage 3, which is what people usually do with this car, I'm gonna be sacrificing my dream of having a reliable B5 S4. I'm gonna try to keep it as OEM plus as possible. Whole interior is gonna get redone. Carbon fiber wherever I can fit it in the interior. I'm also going to be making new spoiler and diffuser designs for this car specifically in carbon fiber. My goal is to revive the B5 S4 platform. So after I fix all those things that I mentioned, I really won't need anything else except the AAA membership. If you guys want to join me on the journey, I'm gonna start the project of getting the engine done this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, please, to stay tuned to getting this thing back up and running and the new parts that we're gonna develop. And I will see you in a couple of days. Peace.